you haven't been watching or listening to this ridiculous impeachment trial, which is in day number, what is today, number 3, I guess. We'll talk about that today. And as always, folks, welcome to the program. You can email me your thoughts, opinions, feedback. Yes, I'll even accept your adoration and praise, todd@toddfshow.com. And we're streaming the program, toddfshow.com, and on some social media platforms as well, as long as they let us do that. As long as we don't offend the powers that be this morning with something that we say, something that isn't politically correct, something that isn't that doesn't offend Zuckerberg or Sheryl Sandberg or Jack Dorsey, who are out there trying to save the world by keeping hate off their platforms. Anyway, welcome to the program. Let's talk a little bit about this. I don't want to do this too much because, candidly, I haven't watched much of any of this. In fact, I'm looking at some footage right now on the television. Eric Swalwell, who literally was sleeping with the spy. Eric Swalwell is one of the House managers who is testifying, or not testifying, but bringing the charges, making the case against President Trump for inciting an insurrection, inciting a riot. Meanwhile, he's out hooking up with literally a Chinese spy. You cannot make these things up. This is truly unbelievable that we would take a guy seriously who is, well, as he puts it, cozying up, really cozying up to a Chinese spy. And now he's bringing charges, making the case against Trump in this dramatic theater. And I've heard some people say that this is, in fact, Dershowitz said this. These impeachment proceedings are good theater, but bad, I don't know what, bad precedent, bad constitutional, bad for the Constitution, bad for the Republic. It's not even good political theater, folks. This is bad political theater, and it's even worse in real life. So I want to share with you a bit from this article in NBC News. NBC News trying to make sure that Americans know just how terrible what happened on, and what January 6th was a terrible day. What happened at the Capitol building? I don't know of anyone who's denying that. But that's not the charge. The charge is that Trump is responsible. Trump incited the people to do this. And so they've come up with video, edited video. By the way, if Project Veritas had done to a video what the House Democrats, the impeachment team here, has done with their video, the media would report that it was a doctored video. And so because of that, moving forward, we will refer to said video as a doctored video, a video that has been doctored to manipulate what really happened. The video leaves out key statements made by the president. Of course it does. I mean, that's not surprising. But it leaves out the key statement that he told the crowd gathered to hear him speak on the morning of January 6th to march over to the Capitol building peacefully and patriotically. Peacefully and patriotically. If you're going to incite a riot, are those words that you would choose to use? Peacefully and patriotically. It seems to me that those would not be in your lexicon that day when you were at the podium trying to stir up a riot, stir up an insurrection, overthrow the government, which even this is just so preposterous to me. Even if they did completely gain control of the Capitol building, and took control, and which, I mean, they stormed the Capitol. They were in places they shouldn't be. They were doing things they shouldn't be doing. Criminal charges have been filed and should be filed against the folks that were breaking the law. This is not complicated. But let's say that this was the plan. Then what? Then what? Because someone occupies the Capitol building, it's suddenly they're in charge of the U.S. government? I mean, what is this? This would not have done anything but get them driven out anyway. It wouldn't have changed. It wouldn't have changed anything, right? This is. I don't even know what they think the end game was. Just, I guess, to stir up a revolution, physical civil war on the streets of America until Trump got his way. Is that what they are arguing here? But nonetheless, I want to share with you a bit of how NBC News kind of summarizes day 2, which was yesterday, of Trump's second impeachment trial. Headline, harsh reminder, key takeaways from day 2 of Trump's second impeachment trial. Democratic impeachment managers, which of course includes Eric Swalwell, who was sleeping with a Chinese spy. They didn't write that. They should have. Used Trump's past words to make him a constant presence as they played raw video of the January 6th attack. Democrats played a harrowing new video Wednesday of the riot that showed how close rioters' intent on harming lawmakers came to finding them on January 6th, stoking raw emotions on the second day of former President Donald Trump's impeachment trial. Now, this is, look, I want to be careful here because I'm not defending at all what happened on the I've already made that clear. I don't like to repeat myself. I don't like to make known the obvious again and again and again because it takes away from really what I want to say. But in today's world, you have to be so very careful. Someone tuning in may not understand because they've been following what the media has been telling them for so long, telling them what people like me are saying about some of these things. But what happened January 6th at the Capitol, completely unacceptable, completely illegal, completely, charges should be filed. Prosecutions should be, underway at some point for those who broke the law, and they should face the consequences of their actions. This is not a complicated thing. But their actions, the whole point of this, and it's amazing to me how easily people can be swayed. For example, I go back and I think about the senators and the congresswomen, Republicans who said going into January 6th, going into that day, that they were going to object to some of the state's electors because of what they had seen pertaining to election fraud. Even though we're not supposed to use that word, that's not permitted. It's not permitted by the PC police. But nonetheless, there's concerns. And to act like there's no concerns is literally to be completely ignorant or completely nonchalant, or even at some level approving of what happened. Now, you can say, as I've said before, there wasn't enough malfeasance in the election. There wasn't enough fraud or whatever it was, whatever you want to call this, illegal activity in the election to actually change the outcome. Okay, we can have some level of discussion there and exchange thoughts and ideas on that. Fair enough. But to say it didn't happen and to say that it was the most secure election in American history is totally preposterous. It is absolutely totally preposterous. Thousands of affidavits from individuals who say that they saw bad things happening, illegal things happening in polling places pertaining to the election, the integrity of our election. By the way, just as the people who broke the law on the Capitol, on the Capitol Hill on January 6th should be legally responsible for their actions, held responsible for the things that they did. Likewise, those who allegedly participated in illegal activities on Election Day or prior to Election Day or whenever these things would have happened some of these things happened slightly before Election Day because of, allegedly because of ballots that were said to have been copied illegally and that sort of thing. If proven, the folks responsible for that, here's a shocker for you, those folks should be held legally accountable as well, right? This is not a complicated thing. It only becomes complicated whenever we start to desire a certain outcome, which the left says Biden's president. Anything that might interfere with that, we don't want to pay attention to. And yes, some conservatives or Trump supporters say Trump had this election stolen, so anything that's contrary to that, some folks may be reluctant to pay attention to as well. I get it. We're at a point in time where we have two diametrically opposed ideologies competing for influence and political power in this country. And the consequences are immense. The consequences are off this chart. And we have to fight like hell, as Trump said. And I don't mean that physically. I mean that the same way the president meant it, which is we have to win this battle. We have to engage. We have to be persistent. We cannot back down. We have to be, I think there's more to it as well than just having a knockdown, drag-out fight over these issues, though that's going to be required metaphorically. My goodness, I hate to say these things. Metaphorically, we have to win in a contentious sort of way. There's going to be pushback, but we also have to win in a persuasive sort of way. That's why we have Conservative Not Bitter University, is to help folks be better and not bitter when it comes to understanding and persuading folks to the truths of constitutional conservatism. Anyway, so those actions, the alleged actions that happened relating to election integrity, election fraud, those folks need to be held accountable. The folks that broke the law at the Capitol building, they need to be held accountable legally as well. But I don't understand, the people who did not, the people in Congress and the Senate who said, I'm going to vote to object to electors, and then they change their votes. They say, I'm not going to object anymore because of what happened at the Capitol, that day. It was terrible what happened, but why does it change what you think? The two things are not, how are they related? If you think that the events that took place pertaining to the election resulted in questionable electors being assigned, then you should have stood firm with that. You can't simply say, well, now people got violent, so I want to change my vote, change my objection. I don't understand that. That tells me that you were doing it for the wrong motivations to begin with. That's what it tells me. Or are you saying that you're somehow culpable in making people angrier? Is that what you're admitting to? That's not how I see it at all. If the evidence leads you to believe, that the election results from certain states should be questioned and not be accepted, then stand by that. Stand by that. To capitulate and to say, because violence occurred now, I'm not, I don't understand that. I guess they're going to say, I don't want to be a part of leading to violence. Okay, so suddenly you're a part of election integrity issues? I mean, why is that a good thing? How is that a good thing? Maybe there is genuine anger. I'm not justifying the law breaking, but there's genuine anger too amongst American people, amongst law-abiding American citizens who candidly are upset because of some of the evidence that they've seen that's not been addressed. And now you were going to stand up to it. I don't know what your motivations are at this point, because if you really believed those things, you would stand firm and you would say, I don't stand for the violence, but this still has nothing to do with the fact that I have questions about the election results. Just as I don't understand that, I don't understand the Democrats' approach here. I do, from a political perspective, because it's all about emotion. They're showing these never-before-seen videos at the Capitol to stir an emotional response, right? To make people think, man, this was really bad. And it was bad. I'm not saying it wasn't bad, but again, just because it was bad and there's new videos that show circumstances, events happening at the Capitol that were bad, that doesn't prove that Trump caused it any at all. All it shows is that, wow, this might be worse than we thought, or here's something happened that we didn't see before. I can see why people were scared. I can see why people were uncertain about what was going to happen. But again, the case here isn't about how scary it was on Capitol Hill that day, or how how terrible the events were on that day. The question is whether or not Trump incited a riot. And if the degree of the riot shouldn't matter. If it's classified as a riot, if it was a level 1 on a 10-point scale, here in this example, or a level 8 or a 10, what difference does it make? The point is whether Trump incited it, not how bad the riot was. Anyway, quick timeout is in order. A couple more thoughts on this, and there's other things I want to get to as well, but today's day 3 of this sham impeachment trial, again being led by folks like Eric Swalwell, who care about the integrity of our nation, supposedly, while they're out there allegedly sleeping with Chinese spies. Take a quick timeout, come back. You're listening to The Todd Huff Show. Back here in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourselfer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing,
and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick. Dial the number, spell the words. For on time.
You rely on your vehicle every day. It's not a member of the family, but you spend as much time with it as most family members. You wouldn't take your family to just any doctor, so don't trust your vehicle to just any repair service. At Raymond's Auto and Truck Repair in Plainfield, we have well-trained, caring technicians that have the expertise to get you back on the road. For 25 years, we've been servicing personal, commercial, and fleet vehicles. Give us a call at 317-838-7112 for the car service you deserve.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC. Fireplaces can be beautiful and even essential in heating some homes. But did you know they could be dangerous to your family if not properly maintained? Chimneys need to be cleaned and inspected annually. My family and I had Smalling Masonry inspect ours. They are friendly, informative, on time, and helped us use our wood-burning stove more efficiently. Call Christian-owned Smalling Masonry today at 317-903-8121 and mention my name, Todd Huff, for a 15% off chimney inspection and sweep.
Are you tired of manually opening the gate every time you pull in the drive, especially during the freezing cold, pouring rain, or hot, humid weather? Then Gatekeeper Services has your solution. They offer affordable residential and commercial motorized units for your gated properties. Veteran-owned with over 50 years' experience in motorized gate sales and repairs on any make or model, and with numerous entry control options, Gatekeeper Services takes pride being certified in both automated gate system design and operator installation. Simplify your life today by calling 317-714-4061.
Hunting, fishing, bows, guns, ammo, safes, and more. The Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood has all the gear you need for your outdoor experience. We have a huge selection of brands that other shops don't carry, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to answer all your outdoor adventure questions. At Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood, you can even hone your archery skills at our indoor shooting range. Find us online at outdoorsmansportshop.com. So get outdoors, but bring the right gear.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they were able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now Mom and Dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-281-0266. 800-281-0266. That's 800-281-0266.
Welcome back. So, let's pick up here a little bit more on this impeachment shenanigan. I'm looking here at an NBC News article. I read one paragraph, the first segment, and then had a lot to say about it. But I want to pick up where I left off. NBC News writes this: as the House impeachment managers recounted their experiences on January 6th in emotional terms. And it was emotional. It was designed to be emotional. And I want to be careful here again. When you're supposed to, there's a lot going on here, right? This is political theater. And I'm not saying that there was no fear or anything like that. I'm saying that this is orchestrated and planned to have a desired outcome. And that is to make the people who are watching this, which candidly are not many people, but that is intended. The desired outcome is for people to have an emotional attachment. I can't believe Trump did this to people in Congress. What kind of a guy is this? He literally put their lives in jeopardy. Some people have said he's left them there to die. Isn't that? I saw that or read that somewhere. So this is how it's portrayed. But here's the thing, and I know this is a political process. Impeachment is political. It's not. This is not a court of law. It resembles it in some ways. It's supposed to be like it in ways. But this is not a criminal proceeding. This is a political proceeding, which, by the way, is the reason why folks like me say this is unconstitutional to begin with, because Trump is no longer in political life. But be that as it may for just a moment, the whole concept here of trying to emotionally, I'm going to use a word here, and I know some are going to get upset with this, but emotionally manipulate those who are watching this transpire. Now you can say, Todd, they're just sharing their experiences. Okay, I understand to a point, but when you're looking at, as a juror would look at a trial, and again, I know this is not completely the same thing as a criminal trial. But there are certainly similarities. You're supposed to remove yourself from the emotion of it. Now, it's, I guess, at some level, completely impossible to do that, it's impossible to completely do that, I should say. But that should not be the factor here. The factor, the force that's leading you to a certain decision should be logic. Where does the case take me? And yesterday, what they showed was emotion. So you felt that it was bad, and it was bad. I've said that multiple times in this program. I'm not defending any of that. That is not the question. The level of how bad this was is not the question. That needs to be dealt with separately. The folks that broke the law and did these evil things need to be held accountable. That's straightforward, pure and simple. The question now is, what's Trump's alleged role in this? How was Trump responsible? How scary it was on Capitol Hill and the Capitol building on the Capitol grounds has nothing to do with whether or not Trump's responsible for it. Nothing to do with that. And so they go to his Twitter account and they show his tweets and they start telling us he's not tweeted enough or he didn't tweet the right things when this was all taking place, as though the rioters are hanging on to their phone. I mean, what is this? Is this what we're supposed to believe as you're crashing the Capitol building, that you're eagerly hanging on Trump's next tweet to instruct you what to do? Those tweets didn't come, by the way. He did do a video telling people to go home, which the House impeachment managers will tell you, well, he told the folks he loved them, but they need to go home. But there's two groups of people in Washington, D.C. that day, right? There were people who were storming the Capitol, and there were people who came to peaceably protest, which, by the way, is a constitutional right to peaceably protest, even though folks like tough guy Chris Cuomo cannot find in the Constitution anything that says that the protesters have to be peaceable. It's literally in the text, Chris. You literally don't even have to go cross-reference. You just read it, and it's right there before your very eyes. Chris Cuomo couldn't find that when Black Lives Matter riots were questioned over the summer. Show me, he says. Show me where it says that protests have to be peaceful. Okay, right here. In the very document that you claim to be an expert in interpreting and reading. It's literally right there. It's right there. So, the idea that Trump was inciting the riot, that Trump was applauding the efforts of those who tried to storm the Capitol is all fabricated. That is not a real thing. Trump was talking to the people who came to Washington, D.C., to show their support for him, that went to that rally, that never set foot on the Capitol grounds. Never set foot on the Capitol grounds. They heard the speech. They may have stayed in the city. They may have gone home. They may have marched elsewhere. They may have gone to the Capitol but had nothing to do with the riots. There's two groups of people here. This is not complicated. The media and the Democrat Party understand that when something goes bad at a Black Lives Matter rally. Heck, you go back in the archives of this and you can see, of this program, and you can see that even I understood that when it was Black Lives Matter. There are people that go out and protest because they don't like the things that they see, that never smash a window or throw a Molotov cocktail or any of that stuff. They just were there. Now, I raised the question, why are you associating with a group that's led by Marxists? My guess is that people either don't know that they are Marxists. They've said that they are. They said that they're communist folks. Marxism is communism. So the leaders of the Black Lives Matter movement are self-identified Marxists. Maybe people don't know that. Okay. Maybe people don't know that. That's okay. But even then, people can go and peacefully protest. Some of those folks, a lot of those folks had nothing at all to do with the riots. There were two groups, and there was even multiple groups of rioters. There's groups that went there planning to riot, in my opinion. There's people that saw it as an opportunity to get free stuff when the looting began, and there might even be another group. Oversimplifying these things is also part and parcel of the problem that we have here as well. But Trump's not encouraging the people to keep destroying the Capitol building, storming the Capitol building, all this kind of stuff. Trump is out there saying thank you to the supporters, those who stood with him, those who were encouraging their Congress people, their senators, to vote to not certify the election results or to question the electors that were being presented by the states like Arizona and Georgia, Nevada, Trump says Nevada, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. If I'm leaving out a state there, my apologies, but you get the idea. Anyway, just realized here, if you're watching on Facebook, I never flip back to me. You're looking at our commercial break screen. My apologies. That's on me. So, timeout is in order. Sit tight. We're going to shift gears a little bit when we get back. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I am your host, Todd Huff, back here in just a minute.
Enrollment in Todd's Conservative Not Bitter University is now open. For a limited time, save $10 on Todd's first course, A Christian's Guide to Being a Patriot. For more information or to enroll, visit conservativenotbitter.com. Sponsored in part by Workforce Chaplains. Could your business or organization benefit from the services of a professional team of chaplains? Meet the needs of your employees and foster an excellent work environment with Workforce Chaplains. For more information, visit workforcechaplains.com today.
All your life, you've planned and taken care of the people you love. They always knew you had a plan. Taking care of your final wishes will give them one final gift. Buying your headstones direct through Thomas Monument saves your loved ones additional stress during a difficult time and saves money by cutting out the middleman. Call 317-244-6525 or go online to thomasmonument.com to understand why families have trusted us since 1962.
Our sense of smell stimulates memory and emotion. A scent can seemingly transport us to another place in time. Homemade, hand-poured candles and melts from spur-of-the-moment creations will give your nose the experience the rest of your body is missing during any season of the year. Crackling firewood, fresh-cut grass, Macintosh apple, and even racing fuel are some of their over 200 engaging fragrances. Visit spurofthemomentcreations.com and enter coupon code TODD at checkout to receive 15% off your order today.
Corn Homes is expanding their 55-plus community. Briar Creek is the only senior manufactured home community in Indianapolis featuring Indiana-built homes. Floor plans and finishes starting at $75,000. Enjoy affordable, low-maintenance lifestyle with the charm of a residential neighborhood. Located minutes from I-465 in Fort Harrison State Park. Corn Homes, family owned and operated since 1955. Check us out at COHRONhomes.com. Mention the Todd Huff Show and receive a $1,000 discount on your new home.
Why would you call a company called Commercial Service for your home heating, cooling, and plumbing? Same question I had, because they have provided over 70 years of quality service and trained products for both homes and businesses in Central Indiana. It's hard to stop Commercial Service, and it's hard to stop a train. Give them a call. I'm glad I did.
Call Commercial Service at 812-339-9114 or online at commercialservice.com. Commercial Service, commercial-grade service for your home.
Need to refresh or renovate your commercial space? Call Interior Construction Services today. Providing the highest level of quality construction at a competitive price, our service-minded team is here to deliver the detail-oriented environment you're looking to create on time and on budget. Call us at 317-991-4660 or visit us online at interiorconstruct.com. Interior Construction Services. Progressive, productive, professional.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
Hey Indy, Sid here with Kill Dent Removal. We specialize in a paint-free repair process known as PDR. Our certified master technicians remove dents and dings of all shapes and sizes, including hail damage, with zero body fillers, zero painting, and zero diminished value. Most repairs are completed the same day, many even while you wait. Check us out at killadentremoval.com. And remember, folks, don't paint your car, go PDR.
Welcome back. I actually have the correct video up now for Facebook and YouTube and on our website. But I want to tell you that this program is brought to you in part by our friends at Christian Community Connect. ChristianCommunityConnect.com is a platform where you can, well, if you're a business owner, you can promote your business. If you're a Christian, you can go and see who, search for businesses that you might want to consider working with for a variety of things. ChristianCommunityConnect.com is the website. You can also sign up for their, newsletter and get other information, timely information and other things that advertisers might be doing for the Christian Community Connect community. So check them out. ChristianCommunityConnect.com is the website. I want to share this really quickly. You know, this whole it's. I remember someone said once. I don't know who said this. I think it is brilliant, and I wish I could credit the right person with this, because I heard it through someone who had read this or heard someone articulate this idea. And this was back during the time of Trump, which seems like eons ago now, after we're headlong into the lovers of big government solving all of our problems here, or trying to. They never will. It'll cost more than they tell us. There will be more ramifications than they ever dreamed. But nonetheless, this is what they're trying to do. But someone said that those who hate Trump take him literally but not seriously. Those who like Trump take him seriously but not literally. And that is, I think, a profound idea. Trump spoke in language where we understood what he was overall trying to do, but he also he used hyperbole and exaggeration and just political sort of rhetoric similar to, well, in a different way, but similar to rhetoric that we would use here to make a point, right? This is why political speech needs to be protected so much, because it has such an overarching impact into so many areas of our lives. And so when he says fight like hell, which is what he said, that apparently to the left needs to be taken literally, right? Because the left takes him literally but not seriously. Which in this case, they take him literally and seriously, I guess, because they think that seriously that this caused people to fight like hell physically at the Capitol building. So at least be consistent, right? Because this is, and I'd forgotten this, Jack Posobiec tweeted this out, I think, yesterday. Actually, maybe today. I guess it was yesterday. Yeah. Sorry, Oz. Oz is telling me it's time to take a break. So I'm going to play this soundbite really quickly. It's just 19 seconds. Kamala Harris on Ellen DeGeneres' show. Now, I don't take this literally. It's not funny. Not nearly as funny as Kamala thinks it is. She's about to bust a gut laughing at this stuff. But listen to this exchange. I mean, if Trump had done something like this, first of all, Trump's not getting invited to Ellen and is going to get the Ellen DeGeneres treatment like this, and that's fine, whatever. But if he was on Ellen and if he said something like this, this would have literally been in the video that they put together. The doctored video, by the way, that they put together yesterday for the House impeachment hearing. Here's this soundbite.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
Yikes. You ought to hear that with headphones on, folks. Man. Hilarious stuff. Does one of us have to come out alive? Of course, you know how this works. I mean, she's given this, almost certainly given this question beforehand. Maybe even a writer tells her what to say. This is Hollywood for you. Hollywood and politics, liberal politics, intersecting here on the Ellen DeGeneres show. But if Trump would have said this at the microphone, does one of us have to come out alive? That literally would have made it to the House impeachment trial. Well, it's in the Senate. The House impeachment man. If I say House impeachment trial, it's the Senate impeachment trial, but it's being led by the House impeachment team, the impeachment managers, for a second time. These folks are, it's going to be a title here, a permanent title. Next time there's a Republican president, just when they get sworn into office, they should just go around the House of Representatives and say, who wants to be on the House impeachment team? Because we're going to impeach this guy at some point anyway, or this lady at some point, so let's go ahead and get the team together. But you know darn good and well, if Trump would have said this, it would have been used as evidence of Trump inciting a riot. Trump telling people to kill people. Do all of us have to come out alive? Whoa, Kamala. You trying to incite a riot there on the Ellen DeGeneres show? Are you trying to overthrow our government by killing the vice president, the president, and the attorney general at the time? Whoa. Is this not inciting an insurrection? Whoa, is this not treasonous behavior? Whoa, is she not a seditionist? Whoa. Anyway, timeout is in order. Sit tight. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I am your host, Todd Huff. Back here in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Would you like to save 20% or more on your insurance? Let AIA and Avon do a free comparison for you. As an independent agent, we can find savings that fit your needs and budget. We work for you, not the insurance companies. Whether your insurance need is big or small, give AIA a call, 317-718-1747, or find out what we can do for you at AIA4lowrates.com.
Business leaders, are your employees satisfied with their jobs? Do they enjoy coming to work and feel valued? Workforce Chaplains can help. Locally owned, we work with organizations to provide holistic care to their employees. I'm Marcus Schrader, president of Workforce Chaplains, and we offer your team a 24/7 support system that positively affects your company's culture and productivity. With our personalized pricing and diverse support system, we handle the issues that you wish you had time for. To learn more, visit us at workforcechaplains.com.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at Zuluscape.com.
When life is hard for the women you care about, there is help with issues such as widowhood, anxiety, depression, or abuse. They don't have to go through it alone. Peace Restored is there to walk with women through the journey. Peace Restored helps women through free mentoring, counseling, and education. When life is hard, Peace Restored is there to help women you care about find hope and healing. To learn more, visit peacerestored.net.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Our word can't be diluted because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
Does your business have a plan for social media marketing? Are you reaching the right audiences through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the list goes on? Are you learning from the data? Jarbo can help. Our team doesn't just come in and tell you how to be successful. We help you execute and measure your sales and marketing efforts. Give us a call at 317-834-6560 or visit us online at jarbomarketing.com. That's jarbomarketing.com. Make social media work for you.
Welcome back. Headline here, the Daily Wire. I don't like the topic here because this, but I like when people point out the inconsistencies in our media. And the Daily Wire points out here that in the first 20 days of the Biden administration, there have been, I'm going to read this. I don't like talking about these things because we're talking about real human life, coronavirus, this whole thing. But the media blamed Trump for every single person. I mean, every single person who died. I've seen people in the media, supposedly respectable commentators on the left, blame every COVID death squarely on President Trump because he was in office. And, of course, as president and ruler, I guess, in their minds of the government is God in the minds of the radical left, that the president can stop anything he wants, right? That's kind of the notion here. But you don't see these, and this would be a headline if Trump was president. If Trump was president today, that there were more Americans killed by coronavirus in 20 days under Biden, this is in the Daily Wire, than died in the Vietnam War. And the article points out that the media grilled Trump over the same milestone, if you will. Again, terrible things to have to report, but for consistency's sake, when you look at an issue like this, there's a lot of facets. There's the impact of the virus and the people that it affects, infects, and kills, which is terrible. And those people need to be, we should always handle this, I think, with that in mind. There's also the political ramifications, which is very important as well. Just because we have this virus doesn't mean that we abandon all of our principles and ignore what it is that makes America great. We don't get to throw those principles, nor should we want to throw those principles out the window. We should make sure that that our government is not allowed to do whatever it wants suddenly because there's a virus. Now, there might be reason to take certain actions and steps, but not indefinitely, not so heavy-handed to where this is brutal to people, putting people out of business, causing other problems, affecting people's lives in other ways. Some people have committed suicide expressly because of. I talked with Matt Lamb of the College Fix recently about a high school student who cited isolation from the coronavirus as the reason that he took his life tragically. So these things don't exist in a vacuum. But again, this is not the way that it's covered now. But if Trump was still president, these are the sorts of things you would see. Also, I wanted to update you. You heard us on this program recently play some sound bites from Dr. Fauci about double masking. Well, the CDC has updated its coronavirus mask guidance, according here to an article from Fox News. And they now say that you can wear a cloth mask over a surgical mask. You're not supposed to wear two surgical masks, but nonetheless, they say that this can be found to stop more coronavirus spread. So, again, keep your eye out for people virtue signaling that now have two masks on. And the experiment, this is the CDC updated its mask guidance on Wednesday to include data from a recent lab experiment that found placing a cloth mask over a surgical mask as well as using a properly fitted mask was effective in stopping coronavirus spread. So we mentioned that earlier. I wanted to update you on that as well, but a timeout is in order here. I have to take that. Sit tight, back here in just a minute.
Stay on top of the nonsense our colleges are subjecting students to today by listening to Todd's monthly interview series with Matt Lamb, assistant editor of The College Fix. Listen at toddhuffshow.com/college. Brought to you by Apprentice University. With so many societal changes, everyone's talking about apprenticeships and college debt. Businesses seek employees with practical problem-solving skills. Visit apprentice.university to learn about our demanding academics and paid apprenticeships in excess of tuition. No debt, in-demand skills, Christian community.
Hi, this is Kenton with Christian Community Connect. We're a network of business professionals that are committed to living out our faith in the marketplace by preferring one another in love while serving everyone. With online listings at $27 per month, if you're a Christian in business, committed to treating others as you would want to be treated, we would love to include you. Check our reviews and sign up at ChristianCommunityConnect.com.
The printing industry has changed a lot since we opened for business in 1931, but what our clients expect from us really hasn't changed. Quality print, fast turnaround, and competitive prices. We've learned a lot at Moeller Printing over 86 years and 3 generations. Why not put that experience to work for you? Call 317-353-2224 and mention discount code RADIO to receive 10% off your first order. Call Moeller Printing at 317-353-2224.
Hey Indianapolis, by now you've probably heard about Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group. Jody and his team are experts at helping you prepare your personal or small business tax returns. You can count on Midwest Tax Group to get every deduction possible and work for your higher refund. And not just on this year's taxes, they'll check your prior returns for any tax savings you may have missed for free. Are you behind on filing your returns? They can file past due returns and help negotiate with the IRS too. They complete most tax returns within a week and charge an affordable flat fee, no hourly billing. And as their client, you can consult with the team at Midwest Tax Group year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield, with evening and weekend appointments available. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260. That's 317-288-5260. Or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com. Midwest Tax Group can help you more than any piece of software ever could.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
I want to get one more season out of my furnace or air conditioner. Have you or someone you know ever made that statement? Economy heating, air conditioning, and plumbing has heard it a lot. Did you know that furnaces and air conditioners are most likely to break down when they're under stress? That means during the hottest and coldest months of the year, like those months quickly approaching us. With winter on the horizon, now is the time to replace that old rickety unit. With 0% financing for up to 72 months and up to $600 in instant rebates, now is the time to buy. Doing great work is Economy's priority, and the satisfaction of their customers is their number one goal, guaranteed. Make your home comfortable this winter. Contact Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing today by calling 317-831-5279. Or visit them at economyheatingandair.com. Welcome back. To clarify again what I was talking about last segment, any cause of death, folks, I don't like to talk about. I don't. These are real people and real families who are struggling in the wake of what happened. What I do find important to discuss is the hypocrisy of how these things are covered, because it's dangerous for other things that come down the road for this country, the decisions we make, the people we elect, and we need to be consistent. I've got to go. Thanks for listening. SDGC tomorrow. Take care.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the health care they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279. Or visit economyheatingandair.com.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life. Living the compassion of Christ.